Y'all know how important helping the community is to me, and let's be honest, our communities need us right now. All of us. People are always asking me, Sheletta, how can I make a difference? Well, I have the answer. Xcel Energy is putting on its annual day of service, and you can take part. It's happening Thursday, September 8th through Sunday, September 11th. There will be nearly 80 nonprofit projects where you can volunteer to pack meals for folks in need, put together school supply kits, and more. Join thousands of your neighbors along with Xcel Energy employees. You can even get your kids involved. It's a meaningful opportunity for your entire family to make a difference. To learn more about Xcel Energy's Day of Service project, go to their website at www.xcelenergy.com/dosinfo. Do your part to give back to the places where we all live and work.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
Before she became an autism advocate and mom of 4, Sheletta Brundage was an Emmy Award-winning comedian. Need something to put a smile in your face? Laughing with Letta is sure to tickle your funny bone. Check it out, but pee first and make sure you ain't drinking nothing when Sheletta's on a roll. That way you won't have anything to clean up when the podcast is over.
Welcome to this week's episode of Laughing with Letta. Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you something. I had the most amazing and uplifting experience that I've had in a long time. You know, as we get back out into the community and start gathering together again with one another, you know, we get a chance to see people and meet people. And, you know, those connections mean everything. I didn't realize how isolated I had been until I got invited by the Girl Scouts River Valleys to come over and be their keynote speaker at their fall lunch. Now, y'all know, I ain't gonna lie, I've been scared. COVID had your girl in the house, okay? I was hiding, y'all, because I did not want to go out into this world, out into the community, and get myself sick or my family sick. Y'all know, as a divorced mom, and I've got these 3 special needs kids, I was afraid that if I went down, there'd be nobody to take care of my babies. And I didn't want to put that burden on anybody. I didn't want anybody to have that responsibility. And I did not want to put myself in a position where, you know, I had to ask somebody else for help. But you know what? I just had to step out on faith and ask God to take care of me. And so when Tish Bolger and her team asked me to be, you know, a guest speaker to motivate and encourage their troop leaders and their leadership team, I was like, let's do it. Let's do it, ladies. So I'm thinking I'm going to go over there and I'm going to inspire them and I'm going to tell them all kind of stuff and they're going to be all rejuvenated and energized. And what I found was that they inspired me. These ladies who have dedicated their lives, years and days and hours of service to help young girls live their best lives. I mean, you know, let's be honest. Sometimes I don't even want to deal with my own kids. And here they are working on programming and all kinds of things to help somebody else's daughter. And so it made me think about, you know, the women who mentored me as a young girl, who planted seeds in me that are just now at 50 years old are starting to bloom. And so I was like, you know, I got to talk to one of these ladies to talk about Girl Scout River Valleys. I know they're always looking for volunteers. And also there's some moms, some aunties, some ladies out there, some grandmas even, who listen to and watch this podcast. And you may have a young girl in your life who would benefit from being a part of the Girl Scouts. So I asked Miss Paulette to come on the show today. She is one of the troop leaders, and she is an amazing speaker and an author and just an all-around amazing woman. So thank you so much for being on the Sheletta Show today. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself because, you just wear so many hats and just, talking to you, like I said, and so many of the women who were there at this event, instead of me inspiring you all, y'all inspire me. How about that?
That's amazing. That's amazing. You know what? I just want to say your talk about planting seeds was so critical because at a time when there's so much happening in the nation and in our great state of Minnesota, girls need us. I mean,
Yeah.
research is showing there's more girls that are having, issues with their body image, and they're, smoking weed, and, they're not feeling like they have places where they can belong. And so as a troop leader, it's our job to plant those seeds, just like you talked about. And sometimes you plant a plant, and you don't get to watch it grow. Now, I have a black thumb, is what I call it. I'm not the most proficient when it comes to gardening, but one thing I do know how to do is I do know how to mentor young girls. And so that's what we do. I am a co-leader in a Girl Scouts mentor troop, specifically for girls of color, managed by, run by, led by women of color. And so my co-leaders and we do an amazing job. We have a third co-leader that came on this year who's another woman of color. And we are just ripping and running. We are just doing things that we did not think we would be doing, but we are bringing our girls along every step of the way. And I'll tell you what, they also inspire us. So it's been an amazing journey.
Now, how did you start your volunteer career here in the Girl Scout? What made you say, you know what, I want to sign up? You are wearing so many hats. You're a mom, you're an author, you're a professional speaker, you have a 9-to-5 full-time job. To add that extra to your plate, you must have really felt like there was a need for you to be there.
You're absolutely right. You talked about being a mother, a divorced mother with, the brunch babies. And my mom had 5 kids, and she was divorced, and she came from West Africa, Liberia, and she didn't have a lot of time. She was working a lot. And so if we wanted to do something, we had to do it on our own. I remember, trudging through the snow, going to choir concerts and being like, man, I wish I had a ride. That's just my reality. It just wasn't. And if I wanted to do it, she supported as much as she could, but I had to do it on my own. And even through life, in my, career, in my professional career, in my, personal development, I just was like, man, it would be nice if I had some help, like somebody, a mentor, somebody to just, hey, Paulette, don't do that. Or, hey, Paulette, come and do this. But I just have always had to figure it out on my own. And so when I had a daughter, I was like, I'm going to teach her all the things. But, as a parent, you think you're going to teach them and they teach you.
Yeah.
That's the story. And I wanted my daughter to experience Girl Scouts for some reason. So I put in my calendar, my phone in my calendar. She was 4, and I put it in a year from now, check out Girl Scouts because I want her to join. And so a year later, when that alarm went off of my phone, I was like, it must be fate because there was an Instagram, contest for free cookies. So I was trying to get the free cookies. So what did I do? I bust out my Cricut. I made matching shirts for my daughter and I. We posted them. She had Girl Scout cookie bowls, and we didn't win. And I was like, oh, you know what? They don't know what they're doing. They didn't pick the right person. I don't need them cookies. And I did need the cookies, so I bought some later. But they reached out to me, Girl Scout River Valleys, and said, hey, you seem really enthused. You might be interested in being a mentor troop leader. And that's where our journey started. I said, if I can do some of the things that I was doing with my daughter, she was, 4, 5 at the time. She was an author and doing all these fun things. I wonder if I could do it for other girls. And so I said, we're going to go full steam. I grabbed a friend of mine, Carvey, and my daughter, and then we got other girls to join. So in 36 hours, our troop was full with 10 girls ready to rock. So that tells me that there was a need. People wanted to see women of color leading, and they wanted their girls to have that experience. So that's the story about how free cookies turned into now here I am.
Tell me about the experience for you, because for people who don't know, who've never been a troop leader, who've never been involved in Girl Scouts, they're listening today and they're thinking, because even being there for me, I came home and, I talked to my daughter about it, about joining and about volunteering, but you don't know what to expect. Tell me some of the expectations that you had and some of the things that, if women are listening and they think, I want to join Girl Scouts, I want to get my daughter involved, which means if your daughter's involved, you're involved. Just by, hey, you're not going to just drop your kid off. You're going to be involved too. What are some of the things that they can expect?
Yeah. Well, one, I think a misconception is if you're leading a Girl Scouts troop or if you're volunteering with Girl Scouts, is going to take all of your life and all of your time and all of these things. And you can make it and mold it into whatever it is that you want it to be. Now, I knew that I had a busy schedule, but I know that I can give back to my community. I know that I can take a couple hours every month and give that back to the girls. And so, I said, hey, we're going to do a meeting once a month. And when we meet, we're going to be very strategic and intentional. We're going to teach the girls that their time is valuable. And in that time, we're going to teach them so many valuable skills that they're going to leave feeling like they're on cloud nine. And so that's exactly what we do. I had a friend of mine who her daughter was joining the troop. And I said, I'm West African, I'm Liberian. I said, oh, we're going to be zooty. Oh. We're going to be dressed to the nines. We're going to be looking good in the uniform. And she said, that's nice. And she was texting me, that's nice, but I hope they're going to learn something too. It was that moment. I was like, these women are depending on me because I am leading their children.
Yes.
And if I don't lead correctly, I'm not doing it right. And so I've always gone in with the expectation that these girls are my job. It's volunteer. I don't get paid, but they are my job. They are my assignment. When I am done with this assignment, God will tell me when that time is. They will leave better and I will leave better. So you can expect to give up some of your time naturally. You can expect to have creativity, to use some of the things maybe that you didn't get a chance to do when you were younger. We've partnered with the Mall of America and Rosalind's Candle Shop and, Amy's Cupcake Shop and local businesses so they can see behind the scenes of, wow, I can do these things.
Yes.
And so we found community partners and we've just been ripping and running and doing amazing things. But you can expect that you will be changed as a leader because the way you lead 5 and 6 year olds is different than the way you lead some of the adults in your life. You have to have patience. And let me tell you, but I have some now.
Right. And the thing too is, like you said, these young girls and the parents are hungry for something different. What we talked about planting seeds when I was there at the fall launch, and so many of the troop leaders in Girl Scouts came up to me after the speech and they were crying and they were talking about planting seeds and watching them bloom in these young girls. Basically you're planting a seed in them. And it's the seeds of confidence and, motivation and determination. Talk to me about the seeds that you and your team are planting into these young girls through your Girl Scout leadership.
Yes, very much so. The seeds are so important. When I was at the conference, I was actually able to run a couple workshops. And so my workshop was the s'mores of marketing your troop. And the last step in the s'mores, the S, is storytelling. Because we all come with a story.
Yes, we do.
And every girl that comes to that meeting, I'm not sure what her story was before she came to that step, right? Before she crossed the threshold to the room, her story may have been abuse. Her story may have been, I didn't have food today at the house. Her story may have been, I don't have any siblings, so I'm bored. Her story may be, I'm getting bullied at school. And so we help them understand their story, but that it's okay to bring whatever that story is to our meetings. And then we take their story and make it okay. We teach them that it's okay to show up who you are and as you are, because we want all of you. We want to love on all of you, good, bad, and naughty. We're going to take it all because all of it is okay. And I think one of the biggest things that we lead with is confidence. We want our girls to lead with confidence, but we also want them to lead with love. One of the activities that we did, I just went in and we created a worksheet that filling buckets. And we taught them what it meant to fill each other's buckets. So they went around, and my daughter actually this summer at camp had a close call in the water, and we had to, it was the situation, and we had to, as leaders, figure out how we're going to get out of this, because it could either be a really good learning experience or it could ruin the rest of the camping trip. What we did was we use it as a learning experience, and we said, girls, Harper's bucket is really, really low right now. So what we need you to do is we need you to help us fill her bucket. And do you know, these 4 and 5 year olds went around and took turns to say something nice about their troop sister. If the 5 and 6 year olds can do it, what about us?
Right.
So as we're teaching them, we're learning together.
Yes. And that's what, the one thing that you said when we started this conversation is you plant seeds in them and then they're planting seeds in you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I just encourage anybody who's listening, anybody who's watching, as we get ready for back to school, as we get ready to start new routines with our children, some of us are going back to school for the first time in 2.5 years. And we have to start the new normal. And, Girl Scout River Valley, joining, a troop, volunteering your time may be an opportunity for you to incorporate that into your regular routine. And Miss Paulette, I swear you have inspired us on today. I thank you so much for being on the Laughing with Letta podcast. If you had one thing to tell people who were listening, folks who look like me and you, that are thinking, they got enough folk over there, they not my kids. I ain't even got no kids. I'm a single woman listening to this, or, I'm just in college, or, I just think that, your words of wisdom have value to them when they decide where they're going to volunteer, what they're going to do, and how they're going to help the community, thinking maybe Girl Scout River Valleys may be an option.
Yes. I always say to people, the time is now. Right? NOW. New opportunities are waiting, but they're not going to wait forever. So if you don't grab a hold of the new opportunities, if you don't grab a hold of what is out there that is for you, it is your birthright. Excellence is your birthright.
Girl, you got me taking notes, girl. I'm going to have to pay you a tithe in a minute.
Don't do it. If you don't get it, you can't be mad at the next person for coming along and being blessed. And then as we look at the TV and what's happening in the world, we all say, oh, that's so sad. Oh, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But you're not woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda in your own community. So if you can make a difference just by being a troop leader, just by volunteering. When I was in high school, I used to lie about my age to volunteer. Don't tell nobody. I used to lie about my age with my cousin, and we used to go and volunteer at back to school drives and things like that. So if every single person took one step toward volunteering in their community, how much better could we make the world? So when I say the time is now, new opportunities are waiting. Don't let them pass you by. Don't do it.
Yes, Miss Paulette, Spirit of Excellence, Black Girl Excellence, Black Girl Magic. You have blessed this show today. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. You are inspiring. You are amazing. Mother to mother. With all them kids, you got all them kids.
Girl, 11 of them.
I have 20,000 myself.
Yes.
So I'll tell you, you are doing it. And you know what? I am so proud to be here, and I'm so proud to be speaking with you. And I just say, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. And you all can keep it going by sharing this podcast, sending it to your friends and family, your church members. If you don't have a Girl Scout troop at your church, it's about time you do. If you don't have one at your daughter's elementary school, it's about time that you call somebody and make sure that you did. Keep it going. Share the podcast. Post it on your social media channels. Help us spread the word about how awesome Girl Scout River Valleys is and how they can make a difference in your daughter's life. We'll see you next week.
That girl is crazy in a good way. To check out previous episodes, log on to her website, SheLettaMakesMeLaugh.com. You can also check out where she's appearing next and score cool merch.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride of being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
My daughter was first diagnosed with autism. I didn't know what to do because I knew she qualified for services and resources for people with disabilities. But trying to figure out how to manage everything was overwhelming. So I turned to the folks at Accra Home Care for help because for 30 years they've helped families like mine and provided self-guided personal care assistance services and financial management assistance for their developmentally delayed and elderly loved ones. The folks at Accra helped us get a fence so my daughter could play outside in the backyard safely and even showed me how to use the resources to get a trampoline. And that's just a couple of the things that Accra Home Care does. Whether it's assisted living, mental health, or home health care, they've got you covered. Accra will make sure your loved ones who need services actually get it Go to their website at acrahomecare.org or give them a call at 952-935-3515.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.